Are we ready?
We're ready.
We're here. We're back.
Turn your mug handle around.
Okay, so I feel like we should have had party hats on or something. It's episode 10.
That is thrilling.
Double digits.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Tracy designed and purchased mugs for
Well,
us.
it's not much of a design, but
Well, it is. It's fun.
I love it. I love it.
And they're a good size.
They're biggies.
They're biggies. I like
They're
that.
kind of biggies. David's tea today, chocolate macaroon.
No,
Again.
Santa something.
Nope. Oh, yeah, you're right. This is my
Wow.
last Santa's secret. Wah, wah. I love this
I
one.
wonder if...
It's really good.
So you can't get Santa's secret?
I believe it's seasonal.
Well, I would think, huh?
And Candace from Pin Feathers and Pearls has been hoarding it, so I'm out of luck.
Really?
Yeah, it's her favorite.
I wonder if somebody will want to do a swap for maybe a different flavor from Canada that they can't get.
Well,
Then they could keep you in your Santas.
or I could just have to really buy way more next year. I didn't realize that I was going to love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious. Kind of minty, kind of
It
vanilla-y.
smells delicious.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I love it. So welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Grocery Girls podcast.
I'm Jody.
I'm Tracy, and we're sisters.
And we're the Grocery Girls.
We
coming
are.
to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
That's right. It's been so nice here lately, hey? So
Not a speck of snow.
yeah, and it was over 20 degrees Celsius, and today it looks like it might rain, which I would love if we got a rainy day.
Yeah. April showers bring me flowers.
Yeah. Well, we get them yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. We need way more showers. We're extremely dry here.
So I was going to say, how was your week? But it hasn't even been a week.
It hasn't been a week. It's been a blink. Nobody's going to watch. They're tired of, they're not going to watch us.
Yeah.
But it's been a really good 5 days. Okay. So we podcasted on Friday.
Yes.
And then Saturday we had the best day. You and I.
It was so much fun.
Okay,
I
so-
didn't want to go because I had to set my alarm.
And you just got home from holidays.
Yeah.
You're hectic and busy. And I said, no, it's going to be super fun. Let's go.
Yeah. So I went.
We did a beginner's weaving class at River City Yarns on a hand loom. And we both kind of Instagrammed little pics, but it's awesome. I had so much fun. It's another thing to do with stash.
Is it ever? I didn't realize you could just use up all your bits and bobs, and it's very fun.
I had no idea it was going to be so fun.
Yeah.
I did not want to leave. It was a 4-hour class, and I really, really, really did not want to leave.
I actually didn't know that there was going to be so many different stitches, like knitting and
I
crocheting.
know.
There were so many different stitches and techniques.
Totally.
It wasn't just back and forth.
Yeah. No, we had an amazing instructor, Kim, who is Slow Life Studio on Instagram, so I'm following her now.
She was a great instructor.
So nice. So
Yeah.
we get to do that again this Saturday. And I
Yeah.
hope those classes continue because I want to take more.
We're buying a loom.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we're getting a loom. The loom's coming this Saturday.
Because we don't have enough things that we're already doing, we're going to be starting to weave.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's another way to play with yarn and be creative. A lot of people do cross stitch or whatever. This is going to be my other thing. I don't think cross stitch, I think I would feel like I'd go cross-eyed. I've never tried it.
I've dabbled a very, very little bit in cross stitch.
Yeah.
Quilting is another thing that's on my list.
I should try the cross stitch.
Yeah.
I should try it. But this way, I have the yarn already.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want.
you don't have to buy any supplies. You should see all the... Like, you dream it, you can do it in cross stitch.
Well, I've seen some really naughty cross stitches on Instagram, and I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so Friday night, want to hear what happened to me?
Yes. Oh,
So
yes.
Jordan went to a friend Hannah's house, and Hannah's my favorite friend only because she lives 2 minutes from the house.
Perfect.
Most of Jordan's friends, it's like you got to pack a snack and make sure your gas tank is full. It just seems like they live so far away.
Yeah.
So Friday after dinner, we hop in the car. I'm wearing my slippers, no wallet, no nothing. We take Jordan to Hannah's house, or I take Jordan to Hannah's house. I'm coming home, stopped at a red light. A truck 2 cars behind smashes into the car behind me, which pushes the girl behind me into me. So I was rear-ended. Nobody was hurt. Everything is good. Just some repairs.
It's such a pain.
So I'm wearing my slippers. I have no driver. The cops come, right? We call
Oh.
911. No driver's license. And I had my registration that expired in my car because I was going the next day. It expired while we were in Mexico. So I have expired registration, vehicle registration, no driver's license, and I'm wearing my slippers.
I'm surprised I didn't have to bail you out of jail.
I sort of thought I might get a ticket for that, but they were so nice. And
so
said,
nobody was hurt at all?
Nobody was hurt.
Okay.
But the poor girl behind me, she's a young girl, her car was going to be...
And her, yeah, because it was a huge truck, and you're a big Suburban, and she's this little thing right in between the two.
I mean, I didn't, other than like part of the bumper, like the Suburban is just...
A tank.
So there's
so safe.
Not a ton of damage, but her poor car was wrapped around my... Her hood was wrapped around my bumper. So that was my
That's a
Friday
huge
night.
pain in the butt. I'm so glad nobody was hurt, but that is...
I know.
So, oh my God. So now you got to deal with all of that stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. But anyway, it's good.
Well, that's good.
And I got some knitting done. So I was excited. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, I turned into a monogamous knitter in the last 5 days.
I feel like when you get that close to the finish line,
yeah,
you sort of get a renewed sort of oomph,
like a big jet propulsion. Like you see the finish line, you're like, I'm going to do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I thought I could do it, but these rows in our knit along, our 3-color cashmere shawl, which I love knitting on it, but they're long at the end.
Sunday night we went to my parents got home. Thank you for all the well wishes. I know people had mentioned you have a great visit.
I know.
So Sunday we were there for dinner.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I thought you were going to finish. You were very, very close.
Jody. Well, I'm in the lace, and I'm a big lace wuss, and it's slower for me, and I would rather not tink back, so I'm really watching to make sure those V's are lining up. So the lace part, and it's almost 500 stitches a row. Yeah.
So there and back.
Right.
They're thousands.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
So I'm so close. I think I have 2 lace rows left, and then my border and my bind off. So I'm totally going to get this sucker done this week.
Wow.
I'm enjoying it very much. But we can
nice.
talk about that in our whip section.
Okay,
but
sounds good.
I love it. I know. I thought I was going to get done Sunday night too.
I'm surprised. It's Wednesday now, and you were like, and I'm just,
well,
and I'm such a lazy knitter. I'm just like, bind off now.
Oh, I know.
She had this much lace. I said, just bind off.
I have a really itchy nose. Okay, but can I be honest with you? I cannot put myself through the picot bind off.
I don't think if it's, I don't see a picot being you anyway.
Yeah, I just can't do it. And maybe, no, I'm not going to do it.
What is a picot bind off? I know what it looks like.
Picot bind off is where you're actually casting on stitches and casting off at the same time. So you're adding stitches and then taking a couple away. Right. And then you add again.
And it makes that little point.
And it makes that little ball nubby picot, right? So anyway, it's beautiful. I mean, I love it. I love my yarn choices, and it's so, I just often I'll lay it out in front of me and just spread it out as I'm knitting it. I love it.
It's a big accomplishment. It's a very big project.
Yeah, I'm liking it so much.
I actually didn't realize the dimensions when we started.
Me either. It's a biggie. I had no idea.
It's going to be
I really should read those things.
Cozy. Yeah, it's going to be so nice.
Yeah.
I won't probably finish mine.
That's okay. If you're in the middle of a project and for some reason you just don't feel it, you got to feel it to finish it.
I want it though.
Well, then you should knit it. And maybe it'll be that project on your needles for like a year where you just do a couple of rows here and there. Because your yarn choices, Jody, it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be something you'll wear a lot.
Okay, that just convinced... I'm not frogging it. Frogging it has never been on the table.
Okay.
But, yeah, I love my yarn choices.
Yeah, I love your yarn choices.
Okay.
And just think of those little steps, right? Like the first band and then the little skinny stripes. And those are all just little accomplishments.
Yeah.
Take it in bits like that.
I can actually see myself doing maybe something different after your band of color. What do you do after the band of color?
Lace.
I probably will eliminate the lace altogether.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
You know what would be cute? A few more, maybe 1 or 2 more bigger stripes. Or just the border.
Just I'll wing it. Yeah.
Just the border.
I love
because
yarn.
I think the lace is not super well. Once you block it, it's a little bit wider. Yeah. So you would have a skinnier shawl, but it'll be really long, which you love.
I do. That's my favorite shape. Ones. The skinnier sort of like the agleam shawl.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love your agleam.
I
love my agleam. Okay, that's a really fun springy color, and I love the polka dots.
Well, Maddie was with me and Jordan. We all went and got them. She was getting polka dots. It's my... I know what...
How much do you love polka dots?
Might be a little juvenile.
I don't think so.
I love polka dots.
No, I love them too.
Lavender for
spring.
Where our nails sort of match.
They do kind of, right?
That's so funny. Okay.
So should we get into... Let's talk about our knit along. Should we talk about our knit along and then talk about some whips?
Sure.
So our knit along, and I meant to count the sleeps, how many sleeps we have left for our knit along, but it's ending May 2nd.
It's not that long.
And today is April 14th? 13th. So you still have a few weeks. And for those people that are super monogamous, you can bang out one of these.
You could start today. And
you could still cast on today the 3-color cashmere shawl by Joji Locatelli.
It's a beautiful.
I love. Oh, you guys. I'm going to try not to go off on tangents. So I love this shawl. And we have, we're getting, I think we have about 50 finished objects in our thread.
And every one is unique and beautiful.
Yeah. And there's people that have knit 2. There is more than one person that has knit 2. So if you guys need inspiration, head over to the FO thread, because the Grocery Girls have a Ravelry group, which we did not mention yet, but we do. So if you search Grocery Girls Podcast in Ravelry group tab,
lots of chatter, lots of fun topics.
You will find us. There's lots of awesome people in there, and it's tons of chatter.
Yeah.
Tons of fun things.
We're approaching the 1,000 posts in our Cal chatter thread.
Yay! Oh, you guys.
Lots to talk about, lots to read, and lots to catch up on.
Yeah, it's super fun. And so speaking of our Ravelry group, no, I'm going to stay on Cal. Here we go. So,
okay.
I want one more thing about our Cal. You guys, we've had so many amazing prizes donated. I'm going to flash those prizes right here for you so you can be reminded, because there's tons of yarn and notions, and we have some amazing patterns that have been donated.
Yeah.
And I don't think I mentioned last time, but Marsha from the Twitch and Stitch podcast, she not only gifted the Schmatzy shawl to us, she gifted the Schmatzy shawl to our Cal. So
that's
somebody,
a tongue twister.
Schmatzy shawl. She's going to give that to somebody that we,
one of you lucky ones.
One of the Grocery Girls Ravelry members.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. But yeah, I was having so much fun in our Ravelry group, and somebody tagged me on Instagram last week. I think it was Andy, Andre Sue Knits, and she tagged me for the 10 random things about you, and it was just so fun on Instagram just to put something about yourself. Yeah. I think we should do that in our Ravelry group. So I'm going to open a thread.
Good idea.
And we want to know 10 random things about you, and they can be absolutely anything.
They were very random, and they don't have to be yarn or knitting related.
And I feel like the less you think about them, like just bang, 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 the top 10 things that pop into your mind about yourself. Quirky or funny or just regular everyday stuff. And I think they're really interesting. So I'm going to start that thread later today. And I hope you guys go in there.
I loved reading yours.
Well, I want to read yours.
I didn't do one.
I know. So you've got to go in our Ravelry group.
I will. I'll do one in the Ravelry group.
Okay.
And speaking of the Ravelry group, I know I had mentioned a few podcasts back, and it slipped my mind. I had talked about I was going to share with whoever who wanted my worsted hat pattern, vanilla hat recipe, sort of. And I've had a few people in the last month message me, and I hadn't gotten back because I had fully intended on, I'm going to do a little thread with my recipe.
That's a good idea.
So whoever is interested can have a peek there, and it's just going to be my vanilla worsted, slightly slouchy hat pattern.
Cool. Yeah. And then you can just adapt it any way
you
want.
You can add an inch or what
or colors or stripes.
Yeah.
Fun. What a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Okay, great idea. So should we get into our whips? If we were talking about my shawl already, but you go ahead. What do you got on the needles?
I don't have any whips for the whip section.
No whips at all?
Nope.
Okay, well let me bring out my shawl because I love knitting it. Here's my Andy bag from Mrs. Brown's Bags, which I've decided is the perfect shawl size because my shawl's almost done, and it's still just...
It's a 3-ball project bag.
It absolutely, I agree.
3 100%. Or less, obviously, but it's 3. You'd be squished at 4.
Yeah, by the time this shawl is done, it's going to be full. Oh, okay, you guys.
Tracy.
Okay, I know. Okay, I when I was partway through, I wasn't sure about my colors, and I even said to Jody, I don't know how much I'm going to wear this thing. I decided that I love it.
I'm glad.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, Tracy, it's beautiful.
It does remind me of cake.
Why? Chocolate cake?
Yeah, yeah, and kind of sprinkles with the speckles. Somebody said it reminded them of Neapolitan ice cream.
Did that make you go, I know she was saying that very lovingly, but that make you go, maybe I don't love my colors?
No,
Oh, good.
no, and I actually love this this is Sweet Georgia, this pink color. It's called Grapefruit in her Tough Love sock. And the brown is Sweet Georgia in their Cashluxe Fine.
Okay, what a difference in
called
feel.
Bison. Oh, you guys, that little bit of cashmere in there feels amazing. But these two colors, with my leftovers, I want to stripe socks or something with it because I love them.
I agree.
Yeah, and then the cream, which when we get a little bit closer, you'll see the speckles. That's Teacup from Hedgehog Fibers.
So how much more do you have?
Not much. See, I've already started I've started the base of the third repeat of lace.
Is there just 3 repeats?
There's 3 rows of lace per repeat. So you're doing a bunch of plain row in between each, but there's only 3 rows where you're adding the yarn over.
So you've done 2 of the repeats and started your third and last.
Yeah.
You were in the home
I totally am. And I almost quit after 2 repeats, but I'm sort of fighting with myself a little bit. I want it to be done, but I want it to be really great. So I'm going to put that extra time in, and I'm going to finish the lace, even though lace is not my favorite thing. But I am loving
You've done a beautiful job on it.
Well, thanks. I did have to go back a little bit and redo things, and
because they didn't line up.
Yeah, because it wasn't lining up. But I do love with this linear lace pattern, you can actually see where you've made a mistake. Once you get the first repeat done, you can go down that row of stitches and see where you're supposed to be lining up. Super helpful.
Yeah.
So I am loving it. And this, oh my gosh, this better be an FO next week. That's all I have to say.
I would be shocked if it wasn't.
Well, it's going to be. I'm just going to say that. I've got it in my head because I've been dying to all of a sudden just start casting on all kinds of new things.
Like how many, do you have 2-3 hours left in this project?
No, a little bit more than that probably because each row is so big.
How long does one row take now?
I haven't been timing myself.
Half an hour?
Maybe pretty close. It depends. It depends what you're doing in the row. The lace row is a little more, and then the purling back, not as much.
So a lot of pearls.
Yeah, a lot of pearls. And I think I actually am going to do my border in garter stitch. Yes. Because I'm not doing the picot bind off, and I'm kind of worried about it rolling.
I feel like you need a little bit of substantial rather than just stockinette.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some garter rows because I love garter rows.
Ooh, I do love that too.
Yeah, and bind off in my brown, my bison color. So that's
Tracy,
my whip.
Bravo.
Yay, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really enjoying it. And this morning I bought myself the new Joji Locatelli pattern. She just released one, I think it's called Pure Joy.
I want to knit it.
It's so nice. I'm going to put a picture right here because I want you guys all to see it. And it is perfect for a ball of speckled or hand painted and a semi-solid. Who doesn't have that laying around, right?
Oh, I'm already thinking, what can I knit? So
Totally.
It's considerably smaller if you're down to 2.
Instead of 3. Yeah, but you think you knit almost the whole thing of both of those colors. It looks quite large.
So do you think, okay. What shape is it?
It's crescent and really, really long.
That's my shape.
And garter, I think. I've got to look more closely at it.
I will be.
And in between each sort of main color section, I think you do a small stripe of your second color, and I think that's an eyelet. Like yarn over knit 2 together, maybe. So anyway,
okay,
check it out.
someone's just knit that. Was it Jeanette? Yes, I actually think, because I haven't caught up on a ton of, Jeanette, who is the bookish stitcher, and I hope I'm not getting it wrong. She was so thrilled to be doing test knit, and I believe
I saw her where she was doing a test knit. I don't remember what it was.
Anyway, somebody who I watched did Joji's test knit.
Okay.
For this shawl.
Well, I'm totally going to do it, you guys. I mean, you could see by the picture that it was how beautiful it is.
I hope I'm not getting that wrong.
I will wear that for sure.
No, Jeanette's doing a test knit for a baby sweater.
Oh, okay. So
it's not Jeanette, but it was somebody I watched, and I thought to myself,
okay,
I need to knit that Joji pattern.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You have to. I'm going to love it. And so I do have one more little whip, and it's in my the fawn and the fox bag.
Have you been working on this?
I have. Like I was mostly monogamous. I have to say, in the last 5 days.
On this?
It's been 3-color cashmere shawl all the way.
Yeah.
But you do need a break sometimes, right? Like
You
you
need
need something to break it up. So I was doing a little bit more on my linen shawl for Mom for Mother's Day.
Oh, you did.
And I had to make quite a bit more in the black. I thought I had got to change my color right away, and I didn't. I had to do a lot more in the black. And now I'm sort of on this simple lace section here. In the brown color is called Ginger, and the yarn is Euroflax by Louette.
Beautiful
And
yarn.
I'm loving it.
I can't wait to see and feel the project when it's blocked.
Me too. So I'm loving it. I'm having lots of fun knitting it. And
Mom's gonna love the colors.
I hope so. I think she will too. Yeah, it'll be very kind of camel-y classic with a bit of black in it too.
So the pattern is one solid color.
Yes.
So you're just, is it patterned like this?
It's in sections. Like you have sections. And I'm just imagining this draped around your neck and hanging down. So I really wanted black near the bottom of both sides.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't know where. I'm going to put it up back here somewhere too a little bit.
Tracy, it's so pretty.
I love it. I love it. I'm really, really, really having fun. And I'm knitting them. We don't ever talk about our needles. Because we just assume it's all the same. And really, we knit very rarely on anything but Addy needles. And this one is an Addy Turbo. It's a fixed needle. And I think it's a 4.5 millimeter. It is 4.5.
Is it lacy?
I've changed the size of the needle in this pattern.
Okay.
The pattern's called Shine, and it's by Janina Callio. I don't have it with me, but I love it.
What does she call for? Something bigger?
She calls for a 3.5 to a 4 on a fingering weight yarn.
Yes, and you had to adjust.
So I went up a little bit because Euroflax is a sport weight, and I really like the way it's turning out. So
oh my gosh.
I'm having fun with it. So that's it. 2 little whips. And I really feel like I can finish both of them soon. So I've been dream knitting.
I love it.
Dream knitting.
Oh.
Do you have any whips you're dream knitting? Like Maria says from Stitched in Sweden?
There is a new pattern, and Jules from Diary of a Yarn Snob. I have purchased probably in total 7 of Lisa Much's patterns from Earthbound Knitting, who we've talked about. I would love an ebook. I should just print them all and get them bound.
Yes.
Anyway, Jules had talked about one that I don't think I had zeroed in on. I had maybe for the color or whatever reason, but when she said she had to knit it, I went and I looked at it closer, and I don't know what's
it's called Asunder.
That's it.
And I knit that for you 2 birthdays ago. That one that's blue and gray.
I love it.
But it didn't turn out very big, so I don't know what I did wrong.
That Maddie wore in her school pictures this year.
Oh my god, I want to see that. So you'll do a way better job. And honestly, Jody, I didn't do as many of the drop stitch sections because I just thought you wouldn't want it so big. What did I know, right? It was probably the first shawl I ever knit.
It's beautiful.
And that yarn, isn't that crazy?
Was that fun to knit?
Yes.
Okay, with all the drop sections?
Yes.
So that's the one that's going to...
And it's got garter sections too? Yeah.
I think garter and drop is all
Asunder, I'm pretty sure is the one.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I love it. And I knit that out of Handmaiden Sea Silk, it's called.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's
hey,
really
I'm going to bring that next week. I've forgotten about that.
You know what? It's one of those ones that I was really, I did something wrong and it turned out smaller than I hoped. So, but I love the colors. It was blue and gray. Of course.
Oh, of course. So yeah, that's my dream knitting.
Okay.
That'll be cast on.
Do you want to see what I'm dream knitting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what I'm dream knitting. Okay. I would like to knit a sweater. But I've never knit a top-down one piece or a bottom-up one piece. I've only knit cardigans. So I'm going to knit this, what's this thing here? It's called Snowflake, and it's by Tin Can Knits. And all of their, and the baby's wearing the same one, because all of their patterns go from like newborn to quadruple extra large adult.
That's a lot of work.
It's actually on the front of the book too, so I can just show you that. So it's got sort of a lace panel up here, and then the body is a tonal, and it's a 3/4 sleeve and kind of a boat neck.
Tracy, that's so pretty.
And I already have the yarn. I have Sweet Georgia Superwash DK in 2 colors that I love.
And it calls for DK?
Yes. So I'm dying to just try this style of knitting. So it's in their book, Great White North, but you can purchase it individually on Ravelry. But I love Tin Can Knits, so I buy the books.
I have to say I have a couple of their patterns, and I've never actually knit them.
I know.
I hear people talk about Tin Can Knits all the time.
And I've only knit a couple. You know, I did that antler hat, and I did the antler mitts, and it just made me think, I want to keep going with these guys. And they have a baby blanket called the Pop Blanket. I need to knit that at some point in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to look up
that. So, love Tin Can Knits, but that's my dream knitting.
I love dream knitting.
So I'm going to cast these shawls off, and this sweater's going on.
I have the most beautiful handmade wardrobe in my brain.
Totally.
Totally. Okay, so no, that's my dream knitting for today.
Okay, so do you want to talk about, how about we do some Grocery Girls, spread the love, and questions for Grocery Girls?
Love it.
Okay. So here, do you want to talk about who's going to get our Grocery Girls spread the pattern this week?
Okay, so
spread the love.
Tracy had done Random Generator before I got here. There was, you guys, 2,411 members in our Ravelry group.
That's awesome.
From all over, all little corners of the world. So it's nice to know that we're bringing a little bit of joy to people with watching our goofy knitting stuff. Anyway,
totally.
So we want to share the love back to you. And so each week we are picking one member of our Ravelry group to win a pattern of their choice, up to $10 on Ravelry. So our lucky winner was C-Bag, C-B-A-G. And Cindy is from Calgary.
What?
She's our neighbor.
We could practically drive down there and give her the pattern ourselves.
We could print it off and send it to her. Okay, so she's also she's trying to quit cursing.
I know, join the club, but I'm not gonna, so I'm not worried about it.
I have a bit. I don't know. You wouldn't know this about me because we're.
We keep it very PG.
I have the mouth of a bit of a trucker.
It's so bad. And that's not even nice about truckers. Who knows? Maybe there's a lot of truckers that are
really, that's really not saying, because
it's that saying though, but I feel the same way. It's bad. You guys, this is like the hour and a half a week that I can keep it together, but thank you for that.
So Cindy from Calgary, C-B-A-G, C-Bag, she's crocheted for 30 years and knit for the past 13.
Yeah.
So, yay, Cindy.
Yay, Cindy. So pick a pattern.
Pick a pattern and please message me, Mrs. Brown's Bags, all one word, on Ravelry. PM me with your pattern of choice.
Yay.
When you hear this, when you see this on the podcast.
Yay.
Yay, Cindy from Calgary.
And we had we have a lot of questions. I love going into the Ask the Grocery Girls Anything thread on Ravelry. So there's, we'd like to try and answer a couple every week. So I've got a couple here.
Okay.
Shoba from Texas and Loretta both have the same question.
Oh.
Loretta's from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. So hi Loretta,
I've
Canadian
been there.
girl.
I've been to Moose Jaw.
Have you?
Yep.
Well, Loretta's there, so maybe she can hang out with her and knit a bit. They both want to know, how do you knit, English or continental?
I am an English knitter. I'm a flicker.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And that just sort of evolved. Like I learned throwing, but because I like to knit, try and knit as fast as I can, the flicking thing just sort of happened.
Yeah. If there's a shortcut, I'm all about that.
Totally. I kind of wish I had learned continental because it does give you the speed. It gives you a totally different gauge though. Like I practiced some continental and my gauge is completely different.
I had watched Andy's, I think a couple of podcasts ago, mentioned that she's trying to teach herself, and she was amazed. She's a continental knitter, but trying to teach herself to flick.
Right.
And amazed at the beautiful gauge she's getting with flicking English style.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we knit. I do, when I do Fair Island stuff, I do carry it in both hands.
Oh my God, it's a mess.
I cannot purl continental to save my life.
Really?
No, it just seems weird. I need lessons.
Yeah.
I need lessons. But I'm really impatient, so I just keep doing what I'm doing, and
Me too.
That's the way it goes. So thanks, ladies. We really appreciate the questions. And I want to answer one more for you. Tracy, who spells her name exactly like me, which is kind of not very common.
Hi, Tracy, with the same spelling.
In Melbourne, Australia. I love these kind of questions because it makes you really think. She wants to know, if you could take your knitting and go sit anywhere in the world, where would you go? And kind of what would you see? She said she would like to take her knitting to London and sit on a bench and wait for the Queen to walk by to have tea with the Queen. So I thought that was really cute.
That is fun
Yeah.
question.
So what
about
comes
you?
to mind? I even knew this question ahead of time, and I still don't even know for real. I'm super obsessed with going. I really want to go to Italy.
Yeah, you're
I
all
think
about
sitting in a little piazza, like on the square with your knitting and an espresso, and I think that would be awesome. But I also would love to just park myself in a field of sheep in Scotland with my knitting, like sit on a hill and
in a castle.
yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? So I love that both of those.
Mine, hands down, would be on a beach.
Really?
Yeah. Just listening and watching the waves.
Yeah.
Probably, I'm answering that pretty quickly because I just come from a beach holiday and just the pure joy and serenity it gives you to sit by the ocean in the evening when there's nobody around but you and the ocean, and it was just joy.
I do love the ocean and I love the water.
Love it.
I'm a Cancer. I'm a water sign. And honestly, my greatest, the place I'm the happiest is for sure by the water. It doesn't even have to be a hot place either. Like it can be chilly outside and I can be all bundled up, but being by the water and hearing that sound, I love it. I think you guys that live near water.
But we're living in a dry prairie.
Oh man, couldn't live in the more opposite situation.
Yeah.
But in a perfect world, I would live on in a little teeny house on the beach with a big deck out front that was on the beach, so I could see the ocean all day long.
100%.
So we can't actually pick one place. So hopefully that's okay, Tracy. But hi down there, down under.
Okay.
And I just want one more quick comment too, because I was in our thread again. I love to read things in our thread. And in the same thread, the Ask the Grocery Girls Anything, or no, this is from the Introduce Yourself thread.
Okay.
There is a lovely lady named Leanne, also in Australia. And she is a bookkeeper at a grocery store. Hello.
How much more in common can we have, Leanne?
Come on, Leanne. So we just want to say hi because she doesn't, we are her knitting group. She doesn't have friends that knit, and she does not have a knitting group near her. So she turns on the Grocery Girls, and we are her knit night. So
hi, Leanne.
Leanne, hey. I just wanted to say hi. And she started her first pair of socks.
You go, girl.
Yeah.
You're probably going to be
vanilla socks on Magic Loop. So we adore anybody that introduces themselves in that thread, you guys. So thank you very much for doing that, because we read it all. Right?
We do read it all.
Yeah.
I'm terrible about responding, but we do read it all.
Yeah. Most of the time I'm like in the dark on my iPad reading all this stuff. It's hard to type it all in, but
exactly.
I love it. So should we talk some sock talk?
How about a FO?
Oh,
I have three FOs. You don't have any, do you?
Okay, I was all the whips. You can be all the FOs.
Okay, good. Okay. So, and I meant to show this before Easter, and I forgot. Look at this. I knit this for Maddie, and I can't remember the pattern. It was just a Ravelry. I think if you ravel chicken, egg, or whatever crochet, you might be able to.
Come on. Oh my God.
Look at her face. It's a girl.
That's so cute.
And it's just a crocheted egg. Although maybe I should have. No, because it sits in there. Anyway, look at the face. Little beak and two little eyes. But Maddie wanted a little stuffy. I said I never knit a stuffy. This is a stuffy.
Well, you have.
And then the pattern called for it to be separate. But I knit this a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and Maddie was younger, and I thought, oh, she's going to lose it.
You'll never keep both pieces. I love this hinged idea. Okay, that is so cute. I can't even.
Okay, you guys. I'm such a fan of crochet. I love it. I feel like crochet might have a bit of a stigmatism a little bit.
Why?
I don't know. And that's just totally my feeling. I love crochet.
I'm not kidding you guys. I want to learn. There's a blanket that Church Mouse Yarns and Tees has a pattern for. It's called the Vintage Crocheted Blanket.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's in a star stitch, I believe they call it.
Yeah.
I need to learn to crochet because I want to make that blanket.
It's funny, knowing both crafts, it's so very different.
Yeah.
And yet, like this to knit, would come out different.
Totally.
I just love
And it's so sturdy. Like those crocheted stitches are so dense,
this
right?
was definitely knitting, holding two together.
Okay.
And just a little, look at how little amount you would need.
You know what so there's pros and cons to both knitting and crochet.
Oh, sure.
So crochet, I feel like you were quicker with your finished object, but you also use more yarn. So that those could be things you can consider when you're deciding, should I knit this thing or should I crochet this thing?
I encourage knitters just to try a little crochet, and I encourage crocheters to do the same with knitting.
Totally.
And you know, not everyone's going to love.
And there's basic things that, you know, like little crocheted baskets that everybody could use.
Dishcloth.
Not hard. Dishcloth.
Just to start.
Perfect. Dishcloth.
And not everyone's going to love the other. Yeah. But it's fun because I dabble a little bit in both.
Well, and lots of knitting patterns have little bits of crochet embellishment. So really you could use the skills. That is so cute.
I love little things like this.
Oh my gosh. And I love the colors you picked for that one.
Okay, so I didn't show these, did I?
Yes.
This exact one?
No, not this exact one.
So I wanted to bring a couple because I saw them in my collection.
I should have said no. Because they're not the same. That's so pretty.
But this one and this one are the same. But what I have done is I've made it a bit wider before I started to go. This is knit from one end, and it's knit all the way around. And then you
crocheted.
I mean, I keep saying that. It's crocheted. So for this one, for example, all I've done is just added a few more rows wide before I continued on.
Oh, I love the shape of them.
This was a Noro yarn.
I was going to say, what is that? That's
Noro.
So pretty.
Where it changed. And then just like a little carved.
And it's fuzzy. Did you hold mohair with it?
No.
So
maybe
nice.
It's not Noro then. I don't know.
It's so nice.
So these are fun for the winter, right? Soccer game, even spring. I mean, here it can be super windy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and for kids, I've made lots for kids, like I said. So you'll add even adults like a little embellishment.
That's such a good hat alternative.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it
I feel like I can wear these easier than I can wear most hats for myself.
I agree.
Yeah.
And there's so many options. There's so many patterns for these. And this one.
And you said you can like bang them out super fast, right? And you don't need tons of
2
yarn.
hours.
Okay.
So this one is much wider, which covers more of your head, right?
Yeah.
So it's just whatever style you like.
I love it.
That
looks really good on you.
Yeah, I love them. So those are a couple crocheted projects.
Blast from the past. GG Blast from the past.
They're in my basket in my room. So if I'm having a bad hair day, I know to put it on even before I leave my bedroom.
Perfect.
I love these.
Perfect. I love warmers. Them too.
Funny time of year to be showing it because we're coming into spring, but those are fun. And completely adjustable, you guys. So you make this fun little finished loop, and then you choose where you put the button on.
Oh yeah.
Right?
So it could grow with a kid, right?
It could grow with a kid because you could have it overlapping and you're none the wiser.
Yeah, totally.
It's tucked in there.
Really good.
Yeah. So they're
and
really
I love
fun.
the scalloped edging.
Yeah, you can do any edge. These are fun.
See, I have to like, so Keith, that looks just mesmerizing to me because I do not crochet. So you say how easy it is, but I look at it and think, oh my God, where do you even start? But
yeah. I mean, the crochet that I do is very easy. There is
just like yourself.
Just like
you're just like, I'm gonna learn how to do this.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked crochet before I picked knitting, but there is very complicated crochet as well as knitting. But I'm very simple.
I love those.
Yeah, so those
super
are
cute. Mm-hmm. And is that all your FOs this week?
I have sock talk.
Me too.
So
let's do sock talk.
Okay.
Sock talk.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
No, I just went.
Well, I don't really have. I don't have much sock talk. I was so freaking monogamous with my 3-color cashmere shawl, but
you do have a little bit.
I knit a little bit on my fine and dandy socks, you guys, and I want to tell you how much I'm loving that pattern. So I do have them if you want to see them. They're in my ridiculously adorable neon pink polka dot. Come on, look at that. And it does not pick it up. It sort of picks it up as magenta. It's highlighter pink. It's highlighter pink. I love this bag. So I am still going on them, and I really am within an inch of starting my heels. Like 1 more inch, and then, because I'm doing their...
What?
Yeah, I only have to...
have you got nubs?
I only...
At the end of your leg?
I only have to knit to like 5 inches, and I'm 4-ish. Oh. Because you start the gusset on this 4 inches back from the...
Got it. So it's not actually... Your heel's not going to be parked there.
I like to bind my feet really, really small. So there was not a lot done, but I love the pattern. You guys, I love it. And it really zips along. Okay, look at these speckles. come on. This is the Hedgehog Fibers sock in their Covet colorway, which was a club color.
It is
OMG,
so
you guys.
Did you see the comment in Ravelry the girl had made about something regarding the Hedgehog colorways?
And she said they don't repeat them.
She said she's only known for them to ever do it once.
Oh my gosh. So there's a little more motivation if you're ever thinking about, geez,
If you like
should I do that sock club? Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Because if you get a color you end up not liking, you can de-stash it on Ravelry, give it to a friend, send it in a swap. Chances are you're going to be thrilled with the colors. So this has like magenta and tangerine, but the whole yarn itself is like an aqua, a pale aqua. And I love it.
Lots of orange, or the tangerine you said, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm doing this on, oh my God, I'm so tangled at the moment, but I'm doing these on my Addy Sock Rockets on a 2.2.
Favorite needles?
100% my favorite needles. One of the socks I just finished, I had one on an Addy Sock Rocket and one on a Higher Sharp.
Yeah.
And while I like the Higher Sharps, I feel like they're just too sharp for what I prefer.
I would like to try a Higher Sharp.
I'll give you mine.
Just to try.
They are just that little bit sharper where I felt it was splitting yarn, and it was more of a, I had to pay more attention. I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay attention. So the Addy Sock Rockets are the king of sock needles for me. That's it. I'm done. I've tried a few. I don't like any of them as much, and I like the Higher Sharp. I just didn't love it.
So that's another ask the grocery girls anything. We've had a few people say, tell us your favorite sock needles. Yeah. It's always going to be the Addy.
So I'll just give you a super quick reminder. This is the Fine and Dandy sock from the Sweater Co. There's a knit along going on in the Brooklyn Knit Folk and the Yarn Junkie podcasts. Yeah. So you can, I'm going to be, finishing these guys and I'll put them in there and show you what they end up looking like. But I love it. And the pattern's only $1 Australian. So
and proceeds go to UNICEF.
All the proceeds go to UNICEF. It's a charity pattern. So even if you don't think you're going to knit it right away,
put it in your stash so you don't forget.
Buy it and put it in your Ravelry library. Yeah. It's really fun, you guys. And you get the hang of this flower thing and you zip. It's a 12-row repeat and there's only 2 of those rows where you're doing flowers. So the rest is vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla sock.
So I'm loving it. I love it. I can't wait. So when I cast off my shawl, I'm going to finish these guys.
Oh, they're so pretty.
I love them.
Me too.
Okay, show me your sock.
Look at you guys.
What do you got going on? Oh, I want that yarn. Oh my God, that's so pretty.
Look at all the sparkle.
And it's so neon.
So neon. This is in our Desert Vista Dye Works. And this is, I showed last week, but this is her Lisa Frank in her sparkle sock. And it comes with a little mini for your heel-toe cuff or whatever you want to do. And then
it's stunning.
Look at that, you guys.
Oh my God, I love, that's perfect.
Look at all the sparkles. I had so much fun knitting this.
That must be a sock you don't want to put down.
Yeah.
Like I would just want to not stop knitting it.
It knit itself with the stripes. And the colors, it just jumped off my needles.
Okay, and look at your toe, Jody. That looks so cute.
Yeah, look at the toe.
And the heel.
Yeah, so I used it in all 3. And look how very, very different each look. Just because of the way the rows are.
The fat rows, skinny rows.
Yeah, sorry. You can peek through the top.
Hi.
So this was super duper fun to knit.
Oh, I can't even believe your sock. That's
okay.
a hoe.
That's
You've got a hoe.
I've got a hoe. But look at.
Okay, I can't. I have so many socks to cast on.
I couldn't find the tag, but this is our
Crazy Dog
yarn that was gifted to us. And we were doing a review, and sort of a review. She gifted us, and how much I gushed about Crazy Dog yarns.
And now that you finished a sock, how do you feel?
Okay, so I knit 64 stitches, and I knit.
Oh, we're gonna get a model.
Yeah.
A model shot. This is the glamour shot, ladies and gents.
This is the best fitting.
Thank you for that.
Well, it's not really coming across.
It's pretty clean.
It is the best fitting sock. For some reason, it was the perfect storm of the yarn, my needles.
Okay, do put it on. Because somebody asked me if I would take a picture of my sock on my foot to see how I like it to fit. I like it to fit like this. just like it shows you in any sock book or any, you want it to be stretched over your foot a little bit.
You want the stitches to be slightly stretching.
Yeah.
Because you want negative, we've talked about this before, you want negative ease. You want to knit it slightly smaller than your foot. So when
no floppy.
Nothing floppy.
That's a beautiful sock, Jody.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, and so the heels and toes are something different.
No, actually. Oh, you know what?
They're vivid.
Oh, sorry. Yes, they're vivid.
Okay, that color combo, the lime green.
So this yarn is not speckled. This yarn is not sparkly, but this is.
Right. And so it's Vivid Yarn Sparkle Minis.
Yeah.
This color, come on. Okay, so maybe the next sock I cast on has to be my Crazy Dog yarn.
I can't
this
say
color
enough
is
about
called
the base she
Don't
uses.
Take My Picture.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the base she uses.
I would love to knit with this color one day. Jody, that's a beautiful, perfect sock.
It's glorious. Okay, look.
Okay.
And I know when I talked about...
Look at that.
Oh my God. I know when I talked about this before, I was mentioning this top because I used the square heel.
Right.
You don't decrease as many stitches for the sock.
Yes.
Sorry, for the gusset, which makes this area here slightly tighter.
Right.
Not unwearable, but slightly tighter for me.
So that's
not unwearable.
That's because you do a decrease round and a straight round and then a decrease round and just like a typical gusset decrease. Somebody in the Ravelry group said if you do the square heel, if you like the way that feels on your heel, you can do 2 plain rounds after your decrease and and then you're adding rows, so that may make it feel a bit different.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I mean, the square heel feels very comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure it feels different to me than the wedge.
Okay. Don't you love that about socks, that everybody has their favorite heel and their favorite toe, and there's a million different things.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm just
okay. So exciting. So now you've got to cast these on so you can get some.
Okay. So what do you
FOs.
do when you cast off 2 hose? You cast on another one.
Oh my God, Jody.
Do you have any more sock talk?
We are going to. Yes, I do. But you go ahead. But not. I don't have any knitting. But I have some talking about socks.
What did I do with that? Did I knock it off the table?
What was it?
It was another. Oh, here. This is.
Oh my God. Okay, I think I have this color coming.
Desert Vista Dye Works, and this is her. I waited very patiently. It took a little bit because I know her dyeing schedule is clearly marked on her website, so I didn't expect it right away. But I was so excited.
It's worth the wait, people. Guys, look at that. Oh my God, Jody, that's so beautiful. Sparkle.
And of course, it's in sparkle. I'm not sure why I'm standing up. I'm so excited about this yarn.
I'm so excited that I ordered this color.
And then Hat Trick.
Yes.
Okay, can I just say how plump this is?
It's such a beautiful merino, you guys.
This is called Hat Trick yarn. Is it only available at River City Yarns?
Yes, Hat Trick yarn is exclusive to them.
And it's dyed exclusively in Canada for our local yarn shop.
Yes, and it's a merino nylon combo, but it is, this one that you're using is their semi-solid. The Hat Trick line is full of hand-painted self-striping yarns. With also, they do these semi-solids, which it makes it awesome for shawls and stuff. You can add semi-solids.
What's the base?
It's merino nylon.
Okay, so it's
it's
stunning. We picked it on the weekend for something different, but I didn't have a cream that wasn't sparkle.
Well, this is going to be the best for heels and toes.
Yeah, and so
I have one of those too.
Most of the time I knit on 2 circulars, but I've been loving Magic Loop lately.
It's my fave. It's my favorite.
So this.
Oh my God.
So this is one full repeat. So it starts with a variegated section, and then it goes to a very beautiful pale gray, another variegated, and a very beautiful tonal blue.
So those speckly sections are her zombie stripes.
Yes. And then, so that's one full repeat, as far as I can tell. And then you're back to,
to the blue. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Desert Vista Dye Works, go to her website and check her out. Like you said, she's got a million colors. So I have this colorway coming, and I also have a Wizard of Oz zombie color coming.
Okay, I have to look. I don't think I saw the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, and anyway, so that is so beautiful, Jode.
Doesn't that colors?
It's totally my colors, like the gray and the pale blue, and then these earthy greens and pinks. Love. I can't believe
so
we ordered the same color.
Michelle and I are sock twins. Naughty Knitwits. Michelle is knitting this.
Michelle.
So we're going to be sock twinnies. Mine is a vanilla sock. I'm doing it on 64 stitches. And I never deviate from a 2.5 Addy sock rocket.
There you go.
Whether it's two circulars or a long magic loop. So I'm having so much fun with that.
You've got your perfect formula.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, let's announce our fun sock talk.
Well, because we're not really winding down our shawl cal, but it is going to be ending in a few weeks, and we love knit along so much, you guys. We love having a knit along, and it seems like everybody kind of goes crazy for the sock talk segment of our podcast.
Everybody's as sock obsessed as we are.
Totally. And we've had so many people say we've inspired them to knit their first sock, which is crazy. I'm sure you would have knit your first sock anyway, but I'm so glad our love of sock knitting and sock yarn is coming through, because we are completely addicted. Totally addicted. So we're announcing the Grocery Girls, our next knit along is going to be the Fancy Feet sock cal. Yay! Fancy Feet sock cal. And so what is inspiring us this time is that we feel like when you learn to knit a sock, often you just you go off and you find your formula that you like.
Yeah.
And you just do it repeatedly.
That's me.
And over and over.
Vanilla
you do
sock.
the same body of the sock, the same heel, the same toe, the same everything. And so the Fancy Feet cal is going to inspire you, and what we'd like you to do for your FOs, it has to include something in the sock that you've never done before.
A technique.
So maybe you've never tried the fish lips kiss heel, but you've been meaning to. Or maybe you've never tried toe up.
Or a twisted rib instead of a straight rib.
Totally. If you've only done vanilla socks, check out the Hermione's Everyday Sock. It's not a complicated pattern.
Blueberry Waffles
is awesome. Mm-hmm. If you've never done a little bit of a lace pattern, there's very simple patterns. If you've never done cables, check out Socks on a Plane.
That's the one I'm doing.
It's mostly vanilla, but it's got this one cable running. It's awesome, you guys. And I feel like what we need to do, and what I get really excited about sometimes, is putting more tools in the toolbox. Your knitting tools in the toolbox. So, and often when we try something new that we've been dreading, once we try it a couple of times, it's not nearly as scary as we thought.
Exactly.
Right? And then you've got those techniques under your belt, and you feel really good about it. So the thing that's really been, that I've totally shied away from, and I'm kind of nervous to do, is a Fair Isle sock.
Good on you!
So I'm going to be doing a Fair Isle sock. I have this book, and it's called Coop Knit Socks Volume 2. She's got, obviously, the Volume 1. It's by Rachel Coopy, and check her out online, you guys. She's an amazing...
Her sock patterns are incredible.
Sock designer. She's got some free patterns out there, too. But I downloaded this one, and I've done one sock in it. So the one I'm going to do here is called Otis. I mean, she's got the grooviest name. She's so cool.
Can I just show it? Is there a pattern on that side?
Oh, yeah, shoot, right? Okay, so the socks on this, as far as Fair Isle goes, pretty simple. Like, I don't think I'm going to be, it's a ribbed sock foot, but the leg is Fair Isle. So, but I've always heard that Fair Isle...
It's just ridiculous how we showed that.
Totally. I don't know. Look it up. But Fair Isle definitely changes my gauge and makes things tighter. Yeah. And so this is going to be
Do you think you'll do a toe up so you can try it?
I'm doing it whatever way Rachel says.
Oh.
And so what does Rachel say? I don't know. Nope. This is cuff down.
I feel like if you're that aware of your double-stranded, is double-stranded the same as Fair Isle? Or working with two colors?
Well, it's two color. Yeah, so Fair Isle, I think the actual definition of, because there's color knitting, but some things are 3 or 4 colors in a row. Fair Isle is when you use 2 colors only in each row.
Okay, got it.
You can change the colors as you go.
Right.
But this one is that, and it's sort of like an ombre, like it's going from the dark orange up top and then to fading down. So I'm going to have really fun. I'm going to choose a bunch of little colors. I don't know what colors I'm going to use. And then she picked a beautiful neutral for the foot. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've looked at these, you guys, for a long time.
Oh my God.
And this is it. This is my challenge. This is for me. I'm going to do a Fair Isle sock.
Maybe the first thing that comes to mind when I hear Fair Isle socks is Tilly. I know there's tons of people out there, but Tilly is I hope Tilly joins.
I adore. And you know, Molly from A Homespun House has a Fair Isle sock.
Oh, and so that's an excellent sock
I would love
suggestion.
to do that. So I feel like I have to stop being a big chicken and just do it, because I don't think it's going to be as hard as I thought.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a matter of changing my needle size and just relaxing.
So that's an excellent suggestion. Molly has a pattern as well. A Homespun House. Molly from A Homespun House has a pattern.
So we're telling you guys about this now because we're not going to start till May 1st.
Get your stuff together.
Yeah. So browse Ravelry and check some things out. And this is it. We're going to put a new tool in our toolbox for knitting. I have 1 million sock books, you guys, and I keep going back to the same things. That's crazy. What do you think you might do?
I'm doing socks on a plane.
Okay.
But I'm also going to do a twisted rib, instead. So I'm going to be doing two new techniques, and I don't know what yarn I'm going to use yet. I'll have to see.
Okay, I've done socks on a plane, and I did it in the mustache stripey yarn. It's really nice.
I love it.
Stripey
I'm
yarn.
just wondering, I probably need an opinion. Do you think it would not show as much with variegated? Should I stick with maybe self-striping?
No, I mean, I don't know.
Either way?
I think you pick a yarn that you love knitting with.
I think that's what gets them knit.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
You're going to love
So
it.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Even the zombie colorway would be awesome.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I started now.
So you've got 1 or 2 colors that might work, Joe.
I might have to buy one.
So
I'm not going to buy one. It'll be for my stash.
We hope you guys want to join us in our first ever sock cal. We're very excited about it.
Yeah. So there won't be any threads yet, but we're just putting the bug in your ear.
Yeah. Go to Ravelry, check some things out, pick a pattern that's kind of scared you, and give it a go.
Yeah.
Give it a go.
Something new. A new to you technique with your sock.
Yeah. And maybe we won't even have an FO thread. Maybe just the fact that you're doing this new technique, maybe our prizes all come from that chatter thread.
Whichever.
That you've been brave enough to, we may change our mind. Who knows?
We probably will.
Okay, we probably change our mind. We'll do prizes everywhere. Because you know what? We love to do prizes. We've been so generously donated all kinds of goodies that we want to pass them on to you guys. So
you know what in all the yarn fumy goodness last week, in all of Yarn Inc.'s yarny goodness, I had forgot to mention, and I meant to bring one again this week. Do you remember the purple? It's called White Queen, and it was that.
Yes.
We were gushing over that light mauve and a bit darker mauve with
Speckle.
specks. Well, Alicia, I know you put it on the screen last week. She sent a full skein of her on her sock base White Queen to give away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to specifically earmark that yarn as one of the prizes that's going to go in our sock cal.
Oh. Okay, well.
Because I feel like people need to knit with Yarn Inc.
Yeah.
And have socks in it.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
I mean, they don't have to knit it with socks, but everyone should try Yarn Inc.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, and it's speckled, so it'll just go, it's lightly speckled, right? Like it'll go with so many patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it. What a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, we already have a prize from River City Yarns for our sock cal too.
What?
We have the most beautiful skein. Oh, I'll show it just before the cal starts.
Okay.
It is the Canada color, Team Canada, of the Hat Trick yarns. And you guys, this yarn's amazing. Like I said, it's merino nylon, it's hand painted, but one of the amazing things about it is it's over 500 meters on every skein. I think 510 meters, I want to say. So guys that have humongous feet or lots of shawl patterns or whatever you want, it is a jumbo skein of yarn. And this Team Canada colorway is a rich, rich red and a creamy vanilla.
It's so beautiful.
It's so beautiful. My husband actually has socks knit in it. So I will, when we show the yarn, I will have the socks. And River City Yarns has had patterns designed by some amazing, well-known designers.
Your shawl.
The hot shawl was designed for Hat Trick. Yeah. But Stephanie Pearl McPhee, the Yarn Harlot, and Fiona Ellis, and Lucy Neatbee, and all kinds of amazing designers. And they continue to have patterns that are added to that. So we have patterns to give away from River City Yarns, and we have a whole gorgeous hank of Hat Trick.
So Hat Trick yarn, if we haven't mentioned before, or if you've forgotten, there is a line of this hat trick yarn. It's got every hockey team colors.
Yeah, inspired
in the NHL.
Yeah.
So if you're from Boston, we got your color. If
Philadelphia.
You know what we should do?
Los Angeles.
Before the Cal starts, or in the next few weeks, we'll get a photograph of their wall with all the socks. Because at River City Yarns, they have...
I might have one of those. If I have a picture, I'm putting it here.
A sock knit in every one of the team colorways. So if you guys are great big sports fans, which I know tons of you are, or you have a loved one that is, this is the coolest. And like I said, I'm using their solid what do they call it?
Semi-solid.
It's pretty. This cream is pretty solid, but so they have those as accompanying to go with it. And I can't say enough about how soft and it's beautiful. The yarn is.
Beautiful yarn to knit with.
Yeah.
So if you go to rivercityyarns.com, you'll be able to see all the colorways. They started the line with the original 6 hockey teams of the NHL, and it has just exploded. Like, it's amazing. The colors are unbelievable. I knit a little baby vest in the Vancouver colorway.
They had taken a whole bunch. River City Yarns had a booth last year at Knit City.
Yes.
And they had taken so much of that hat trick yarn, sold out of Vancouver like that, obviously, because they were in Vancouver, so that was the team.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's awesome that they're inspired by these sports teams, but you guys, the colorways are so beautiful. It doesn't have to be. I mean, Winnipeg. I love the Winnipeg color.
You don't look at it and think, oh, that's hockey
The
sauce.
St. Louis colorway is turquoise and this beautiful daffodil yellow and a white.
It's beautiful.
I have to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of that hockey team, but you're going to get inspired just by the colorways. So it's amazing for
It's worth a peek. Just a peek.
And superwash. So you can knit baby things. You can knit garments. It's amazing. You can do anything. So there you go. May 1st knitters is the sock cal, and we're super duper duper excited about that.
Okay, so I have one little thing to show, and this is by no way, this is something that I have come across and that I have used, and that I am sharing this information because this, I love it. Okay, so
is this retail therapy? Are we going to retail therapy?
Well, it's a little bit of retail therapy of mine. I needed some more charms for a kit that I had done, and I panicked because she's in PEI on the other side of Canada, right? And so she offered, I said, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And she offered me FedEx shipping the next day.
Oh.
I paid for FedEx shipping, and I had it in my mailbox the next day. But her name is Sandra, and she is Bohemia Findings on Etsy.
Oh.
And she's Canadian, but...
What does that say? Hope and what?
Hope and Sparky.
Oh.
She's charms and jewelry and lots of silver, and I get most of my charms from her. That I make stitch markers and things.
Good to know.
But just so if anyone's looking, because you search a certain charm and it's like half of them are from China, which is great. I have ordered from that, but they take a really long time. But I stumbled upon her several months ago, and I just wanted to pass this information along.
So she's Canadian. How fun is that to support her?
Yeah, Bohemia Findings, and if you can't find a charm, I'd be surprised. She's got a bazillion listings. So if anyone's looking, you know, and then she sent me a couple. She sent this little one.
Isn't that cute?
And then look at this teeny little delicate little angel wing. That just comes in her little envelope.
Well,
anyway.
Maybe we should make those into stitch markers and send them in a prize for our cal.
Oh, wouldn't that be a great idea?
Let's do that.
Anyway, so I just wanted to share my knowledge with you.
Unless you want to keep them. I shouldn't say
that.
No,
this. I just threw this in my bag to show you.
No, they're so pretty.
Yeah, so Sandy, Bohemia Findings.
Okay, so I do have a little bit of retail therapy.
I do too. Very little bit.
I know.
Last week felt very gluttonish.
It was kind of a little bit crazy.
We were over 2 weeks.
It was over 2 weeks, and it's a little unnatural, but I have to say, I mean, pretty lucky. It's almost like yarn collecting at this point for me. I can't possibly knit fast enough to knit everything. But I did get some goodies this week.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so I was at River City Yarns this week, and that is where my yarn purchases were made. And I've been kind of dream knitting, like Maria said. I'm just almost at the end of the shawl, and I'm already thinking, what's the next cast on, right? So I purchased today. This is Malabrigo Rios yarn. come on, look at that color.
It's like teal, and when teal and aqua have a baby.
Totally. It's just so beautiful and tonal, and I love it. And it's a superwash merino in worsted weight.
What are you imagining with this?
Okay. Funny you should ask.
Well,
I am making a baby sweater.
For who?
My daughter Georgia's teacher is having her
first.
first.
It was going to be booties.
I know. Me too. No, I didn't want to. So I enjoyed knitting the antler hat and mittens so much. They have a cardigan, you guys.
Here.
Yeah.
Look at the antler motif.
It's bottom up, one piece construction. I can't imagine it's going to take very long. I'm going to make the tiniest size. I don't know if she's having a boy or a girl.
Well, this color screams both.
I think this is good for both. So I only need something like 280 meters to make this little tiny cardigan.
Reflection Pool.
Yeah. And
is that not the perfect name?
I love Malabrigo Rios. And when the new colors come in, I just get giddy and excited. And one day I will make myself a sweater in Rios. The colors just, I die.
That purpley blackish gray.
Totally.
Paris something? No.
There's Paris Night, which
That's
is like
it.
a dark navy. Love it.
So
Love. Got myself 2 balls of this baby sweater. Maybe that'll get cast on this week. I don't know. And then, of course, I'm just crazy about Adam and Eve.
This
I'm
is
just
gigantic.
Crazy about it. They had some special edition skeins of this color called silver. It's my favorite.
It's very tiny.
I don't have an idea for it, but it is the perfect size skein for one color of a shawl. Either one shawl by itself or a multicolor.
I think that needs to be shawl.
Oh my God, I love it. And it's the merino cashmere nylon blend that I love so much. And they just recently launched some new colors, and I'm knitting in that Bird of Paradise color that's new. This is another new one.
I think
oh my
I might
God,
need that one just to put it in my stash.
Jody, it's yours. You can
No, it's
have
not.
It. Yes, it is.
No.
You can have it.
No, I'm not taking it.
I just bought it because I love it.
Get lost.
I don't know if it's going to be socks or shawl or what, but the color is called Chalcedony. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. I don't know what that's called. But Adam and Eve, and this gold, it's a goldy yellow, and it's actually beautiful silvery gray.
It goes from light yellow to gold.
And kind of a periwinkle blue.
Oh,
how gorgeous is that, right?
It's not something I would probably pick off on the shelf, but then when I see you holding it, I think...
you guys, dying to see how it knits up. And it makes the most lovely socks.
Special socks.
Oh, I love it. Treat yourself. Are you kidding me? Do it. They're machine washable, and they're soft, and I've knit socks. Come on. What? How can you not leave?
I'm such a big fan of Grello, gray and yellow.
Me too.
And then that blue. Oh,
it's
so
just
gorgeous.
Lovely,
yeah.
Lovely. So that's a treat. And what about you? Did you get anything today? I have one more thing to show, but
oh, I can go in between.
Yeah.
I grabbed something from not deep stash, 2015 stash. I know I talked about Loop's
oh my God, those colors.
Yarn a lot, and I wanted to show you one of the most beautiful skeins. This is it's a superwash sport, and it's an 80/20 her merino nylon base. There's no oh, Alice, sorry, it's written on the front.
Oh, like Alice in Wonderland.
This was an Alice inspired colorway.
Well, now that you say that, the colors are perfect. Right? Now that you can see.
There's some yellow.
Jody, that's beautiful.
Yellow under there.
Sarah and Lydia, that is beautiful.
Sarah and Lydia for the Loop girls. I believe, if I remember correctly, this might have been a pre-order, and I don't know if they take custom orders, so I'm not going to tell you that you can get this yarn, but I am going to tell you it's worth a peek in their shop, because they have several, a lot of combos right now, lots of pattern yarn pre-order combos.
Like kits.
Kits.
Nice.
But have you been on her website lately?
Yeah.
Those speckled.
Yes.
Okay. You need to go check out their website if you like speckled yarn specifically, because right now they have so many pre-orders for the most delicate, gorgeous speckled
It's stunning,
yarn.
you guys.
And so Loops, we're very, very big fans, and this is going to be a beautiful variegated sock.
Nice.
Maybe this will be
This would be the cutest hat too, you know.
I know, wouldn't it?
Yeah, really cute.
I love hats. We love their yarn, and please go look at their website just to
we actually have a skein of O Loops Yarn Sport
to give away
with our shawl cal. So yay!
Yeah, so that.
But I love that.
Yeah, that was either in the last 9 months, I'm guessing. But
isn't it fun to go through your stash
and say, oh, I remember,
fall in love with a color again and pull it out and do something with it?
Because every yarn in my stash, I fell in love with and needed to buy it.
Yes.
So
it's always an impulse buy for me. I very rarely think a long time about purchasing, especially just one ball of yarn. Yes. Especially the single ball purchase. Oh yeah, I'll take it. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm having so much fun knitting with the Euroflax linen. You guys, this comes in so many colors. Look at this.
Are these going to be for you?
These are going to be, that's really quite good. There's a natural here, and then this one is called, which one's this called? Isn't that funny? I don't see a name on it. This one's a marine blue, and it's almost navy, but not quite. It's very nice. And this one's a super dark eggplanty purple.
Is there a number?
There's definitely a number, but that one doesn't. It is
so
called
close.
eggplant.
You're so smart.
Okay, so there you go. I'm going to show you, I'm going to make a market bag. I'm going to make 2 market bags. So the body of the bag will be the color, and then I'm going to make the handle in this natural color. I think that's the way I'm going to do it. But here's the picture right here.
Okay, now you're teasing me. I have to go watch it again. All these things.
I'll show you the pattern.
Okay.
It's called the Girlfriend Market Bag, and there's something like 5,000 of them on Ravelry. It's crazy. So it's a very well knit pattern, and it's just something I think everybody could use, a little bag to take to the market. And we're coming up to that season where
you're gonna get one to give away.
I do have a giveaway. Well, yes, as a gift.
What are you talking about? Because you said I'm going to knit 2.
I am going to knit 2.
Oh, okay.
So yes, you're right. I am. So I love the colors.
Beautiful.
I got it at River City Yarns. They brought in 31 colors of this Euroflax, you guys.
Is that every color it comes in?
It must be.
So
lime green and super lemon yellow and really bright orange to all the neutrals and sea foamy greens and blues.
So you imagine it, they've got it.
I really just want one of every color. But I think it's perfect for a bag like this market bag. It's never going to wear out. It's just this beautiful linen.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So I love it. And machine washable again. This yarn, they tell you, put it in the washing machine, put it in the dryer.
Like full warm dryer, warm washer?
I'll have to look. They tell you on the inside of the band, they've got washing instructions, but it says right on the front.
You can talk about the washing instructions when you do your mom's
when I do my
shawl.
shawl. Yeah. So
don't open it if you don't want to.
Well, no, it's fine. But it is machine washable and dryable. So that's my last yarn purchase for the week. And actually, I had this last week, but I forgot. I love it.
Okay, so I do have one more.
Okay.
And it came from our friend Julia.
What?
At Vivid Yarn Studio. And what she has done, which is very clever. Do you want to show that, please?
Sure.
She has deconstructed.
Oh my God, roller derby it's called.
So this is her original yarn. This is called roller derby. Crazy amount of speckles.
Such pretty colors.
So I picked the sparkle. This happened to be on sparkle base. So this is her roller derby. But for her mini set, she's done something very clever, and she's deconstructed it.
It's so pretty.
How clever is that, you guys? So all the 4 colors that you're seeing in here, which is the light gray, the medium, this turquoise and hot pink are so beautiful, that you're getting a mini for each.
I love it.
So her minis are gigantic. They're 20 grams. So these 4 equal a full skein of yarn.
Okay, how fun to make stripy socks.
Or
you have enough yarn there to make stripy socks.
Or one of those one skein shawls.
Yeah.
That just, great. Look how,
or even something that stays the same width, a cowl.
Yes.
Wouldn't a cowl be nice?
So I just fluked out because as soon as she posts on Instagram that she's got minis, they're gone in a split second.
She's amazing.
But I peeked in and saw that she had them, and so I...
Or, throw it in your blanket. May or may not exist, but
I just love that.
I think my blanket might be my summer project.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm knitting a sweater. I do want to start a blanket though. I feel like it's awesome.
So she had 2 of these. I was going to share these minis with Tracy. So this is Ella. And I actually happened to, do you know that this was my first Vivid sock? I had a full skein of this months and months and months ago.
No, I didn't know that.
I have a full skein. It's the most fun, variegated. It's got...
You knitted already?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those socks.
I think I put black heel toe cuff.
So cute. Look at the pale pink.
Gray. It's got pale pink.
Just a blush color. And very pale gray.
So again, she's deconstructed.
That's really smart.
Isn't it clever?
Yeah.
I thought that was very clever.
And there's just so many mini skein projects these days, and their minis are so popular.
And I've said it 5,000 times. I am so crazy about sparkle in my yarn.
You're going to have a very sparkly sock blanket.
I might actually have to maybe consciously now think the next 5 purchases are going to be non-sparkle socks.
Well, I can give you lots of non-sparkle
you make me
stuff.
so happy.
Totally.
Sparkles.
I think you knit what makes you... Isn't that the point?
Yeah.
Knit
so
what makes you happy.
I had one purchase this week that was delivered, and that's this. And so
that's awesome.
I am not putting myself on a yarn diet. I feel like you're right. We've been collecting yarn as of late.
Totally.
And so we don't purchase these unless we're madly in love.
Yeah, let's knit them.
I want to knit them. I want to fall back in love, like you said, with these yarns.
Totally.
I'm not saying I'm not buying anything, because I will end up buying something, but I'm just going to pump the brakes a little.
Totally. Okay, so...
Okay, this I love.
I have one more thing, and I love it. I love it. So exciting, and I'm not quite organized. Here we go.
Did you buy a bunch of stuff?
No, I did not buy a bunch of stuff. Okay, how about this? Knitter's Nook on Etsy. Oh my god, you guys. Look at that. It's like a cartoon urban scene.
It's a very happy project
Isn't it?
bag.
It's so... all these primary colors that I love.
I would have bought that bag.
And I haven't been super... I'm not really well-traveled. But the few places we have been, my husband and I on trips, we've been to China. So there's a little pagoda there.
Ni hao.
Ni hao. That's pretty much all I learned before we went. There's a little New York taxi cab. So we've been to New York. And there's the double-decker bus from London. So we've been to those places. And I saw this and I thought, I love it. And I'm a sucker for yellow. Look at that yellow zipper.
She's crazy about yellow.
She seems to quilt. This is Uli. Uli is Knitter's Nook. And
we know who Uli
you know Uli because we've all been sending their family packages of love for Erica. Her daughter's Erica. So she's lined it in this totally groovy, happy. This is such a happy bag. Bright yellow. And she gives you this beautiful little kind of zipper pull. She makes these zipper pulls.
I instantly saw that and thought how cute that was.
It's so cute. And she gives a stitch marker. Look at that.
I'm going to pull that a little
That just
forward.
came with the bag.
Look at the delicate little...
And she uses that kind of quilted batting. It's lovely. It's just the perfect size for the projects I knit. This sucker's going to get some socks. Very similar to this.
But
like
the one thing that I do like about Uli's, and I've been thinking about changing it anyway, is she's got a little bit more... That shape is a little more like this.
Yeah.
This shape is a little bit more... Not so much like that.
Yeah,
so I love the squareness.
All you bag makers are constantly changing your shapes and stuff. And
I change my shapes a lot.
I love that because I want different sizes and shapes for different projects. So she also makes stitch markers. And they're called chainmail.
Tracy, I've seen these.
I know, right?
I've never bought them.
So that one's a rainbow pack. This one's all purple. And it's got a really cute little kitty. Oh. So these ones are for you.
I love stitch markers.
And we can split them. Or we can split them all, right? But aren't they cute, you guys?
I would have picked this.
I'm so excited to start using these. Uli. And so Uli got my order. And she said, oh my gosh, I'm sending you a prize for the cow.
No.
Yes. So she sent 2 sets of stitch markers like the kitty one, but they're her Canada. They're all red, and they've got a little maple leaf progress. Keep on them, guys. I've already put a picture of them in when we showed our cow prizes this episode.
Thank you, Uli.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that was very thoughtful.
So very kind. This lady's got a million things on the go, and yet she still thought of the grocery
order
girls.
these. I would order these again.
You will totally order them.
Yeah.
So she's on Etsy, and it's called Knitter's Nook.
I love them.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting allergies or something. All of a sudden, my nose is so itchy, you guys. I could just go crazy.
Watching back last week's episode, I'm not sure I could have wiped my nose any more times.
Well, it's funny because you're always more critical of yourself. I don't remember that,
but I don't remember my nose just running so much.
Oh,
as I do these last. Well,
weeks. I think it's allergies because we're really dry right now and everything is
snow mold and grass mold.
So Jody Brown. I want to remind you guys again about our coupon code for Isis Fiber Arts because that comes till the end of April.
Yeah.
So Michelle at Isis Fiber Arts is so generous. She's giving everyone 15% off in her shop.
Beautiful.
Until the end of April.
Yeah.
And it's called, your coupon code is Grocery Girls. So her colors are unbelievable. The yarn feels like a dream. It's just beautiful. I'm thrilled with my yarn. So go check her shop out, and then you get a nice discount if you choose to order.
Worth a peek.
Yeah. And we are also going to be co-hosting a big knit-along this summer. The Two Tangled Skeins have got their Canada Crochet-along knit-along happening.
Yeah. I don't know a ton about this yet.
Well, you guys, you have to go to their Ravelry group. It's really exciting.
We're doing part of it?
We're going to co-host a thread in our group.
Okay.
And so people will be able to put their finished objects and stuff in our group. So we'll give away prizes.
Are we going to say what they're making?
No. Okay, so the thing about this knit-along is it's Canadian. Whether your yarn is Canadian or the colorway is something in Canada or the designer is Canadian.
Yeah.
And if you knit, like if I knit the Antler sweater by Tin Can Knits, who are Canadian designers, and I did it in Hat Trick yarn, which is a Canadian yarn, you could enter it twice. Because it's Canadian yarn and then a Canadian designer. So there's so much information in the Two Tangled Skeins project.
They really spell it out.
Their Ravelry group. Yeah. They've got coupon codes. It's massive. Go check it out. But I'm sort of giving you the heads up because it doesn't cast on until July 1st. Canada Day.
So you can choose whatever item you make.
Oh, yeah.
Or crochet, knit or crochet.
Or crochet. It's crochet or knit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. And maybe...
Are you dying?
I have something in my throat.
Take a sip. Do you have any tea left?
Yeah, I do. Okay. But I think maybe I'll cast on my snowflake sweater for that.
Oh, yeah. I'm still going to knit that. What sweater am I going to knit?
Rosemont cardigan.
Rosemont cardigan. Yeah, everyone's probably, or lots are really familiar with that.
Okay, but I wonder if your yarn is Canadian. We should look that up.
Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I don't mean for that cowl. I'm knitting that sweater.
You're just going to knit it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a 3-month knit along. July 1st to September 30th.
Oh, that's sort of fun. Maybe I'll see if that yarn, the pattern's definitely not.
Right.
The yarn probably isn't.
Well, we'll check it out.
Vintage?
No, it's Barocco Ultra Alpaca.
Oh.
So I don't know where that, maybe it's an American company. Or
maybe the shape lived in Canada.
Totally.
No. That's okay.
But we'll figure it out. But I think that'll be a really fun cowl to be part of.
Oh, that would be very fun.
So I think that's the last little bit of news that I had.
An episode.
Yeah. I know we wanted to thank everybody for all the lovely comments we get every week too, didn't we?
We do. We get a lot of really great feedback from people, whether it's below the YouTube video or people message us on Instagram or send a message through Ravelry. We so appreciate your comments.
Yeah.
We love doing this podcast. We feel like we have fallen into a groove of something that we are really, really proud of to put out each week. Yeah. And so, we may deviate a little bit here and there, but we really love coming to you and showing you the things that we love and being part of this community.
So many people go to Ravelry and write very kind comments or Instagram or YouTube. And, words have energy. And we get a lot of really good energy every single week. So that's something that we don't take it for granted at all. Yeah. We absolutely love it. And we hope you guys are having fun with us. So thank you for watching. There are a million podcasts out there
and that's the good thing.
That's the very good thing.
People are going to think not everyone's going to like what we do.
For sure.
So that's the great thing. And that's the great thing for us too, because that's why we started. We are crazy about podcasters. So the great thing is that if you don't like us and don't like our content or what we're doing, there's tons that you will like.
Totally. There's something for everybody. It's just like a big box of crayons. There's something for everybody. And we had 2 goals when we started this podcast, and that was to connect with other knitters and that knitting community that we love so much. And I feel like we've totally done that. And that is so fun every single day. And our second goal was to just be us, to be completely authentic. We didn't want to be fake or contrived or whatever. Because love us or hate us, this is it.
Yeah, I'm not acting a certain way because I think it's proper.
No. The only thing we cut out is the F-bombs. And
sometimes
I can live with that.
Sometimes
I can live with that. So a big thank you. Mwah, thank you to everybody that watches and spends some time with us every week. And we love it. So have a great week.
Yes,
happy knitting. I'm going to try and get an FO for next week for us. And
I'll be shocked if you don't.
I'm going to cast on a couple pairs of new socks.
Go for it. I have way too many socks.
I'm totally doing it. I'm totally doing it.
You do it.
Oh my gosh. You need to cast some things on.
Until next week.
That's right, you guys. Happy knitting. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.